You ready?
Yeah, I think the only thing that needs to be changed is string
You
title.
ready?
But like I said, like you said,
I think the
someone
only
who
thing that needs
knows
to
the
be
strings
changed
to
is
do that, right?
changed it.
Someone
Okay,
Changed is
well, getting into chat
string
select here. Goth Boi Clique on blue side, and JBZ on red. I am the True Light. Casting alongside me today will be a new caster,
I'm
the
Japan Cakes.
ever wonderful Japan Cakes. There he is.
Oh yeah. So it's like a great match coming ahead of us. Two of really great teams coming up. I like people from both sides, so it's going to be a good one.
I mean, these two teams are sitting close to the top of the standings. I think both of them might be tied for second, in fact. Obviously, number one is Spell It Chat, just remaining undefeated for a variety of reasons, some of those being forfeits. Anyway, the bans are going through really quickly here.
Yeah, we see the Camille band come out third for um, this team, Goth Boi Clique. And I find that kind of strange considering Zed plays both Talia and Camille, as I've seen in the jungle. So it's going to be interesting what he's going to pick in the jungle coming up.
Well, apparently, both these teams scrim against each other, at least on a decent basis. So maybe the Camille pick is something that KMS is playing, or maybe something that perhaps Goth Boi Clique doesn't perform well against. But there's the first pick, the Swain coming through for that blue side team, GBC.
That's a standard pick. Do you know if it's going mid or perhaps it's going into the hands of Drowsy?
Yeah, I think that's a real question. Like, you don't see Swain top very much, but you're right. You could see it mid, or you could see it bot. That's just the flexibility of the pick speaking.
Let's see, and JBZ retaliates with the Lucian pick.
T-Crank definitely want to play those traditional bot laners. I really haven't seen very much of him on a non-traditional bot lane. I usually see him on that marksman carry. Lucian, definitely a pick that he's played before to varying degrees of success, I believe. But there's no questioning on where Xin Zhao will go.
Of course, KMS locks it in for himself in the jungle role. I feel like it's sort of an interesting pick with what we have open on the board. We still have the Graves, people been preferring the Kindred, even though I personally don't feel like that character's great. And Zed's going to retaliate.
Zed will lock in Graves.
The Graves.
But you see that DTS actually has Smite here, so maybe a Talon pick, as we saw yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see if JBZ can respond to a Smite mid with a proper.
Oh wait, no, Talon's already banned. I'm an idiot. Anyway, okay, it's a Pike. There's the Pike.
A lot of people have been preferring Smite mid on various champions, although Aatrox and Talon being the most popular.
Yeah.
You might see something crazy like an Echo Smite.
Charlie doesn't play super aggressive champions. I know that he has played Talon before, but it looks like JBZ is just going to opt into getting that Lucian Braum bot lane. Really strong overall, can definitely do well into just about any bot lane that they might come up against.
Braum fairly strong against the Pike, as I believe his Unbreakable stops the Phantom Undertow, and you just have really strong all-in potential.
Yeah, it's counted as a range, it's like a weird delayed range AoE thing.
Who questions my ability?
Wukong actually being a ban.
Been a strong champion recently. A lot of people have been complaining how strong Wukong has been performing.
Spin to win, man.
Isa ban coming out from JBZ. Wondering what their final ban's going to be.
I mean, if that's a Swain mid, or if that's a Swain for a bot for Drowsy, that Kaisa ban's a bit of a waste.
No problem.
Final ban's going to be Ezreal, so they're leaning towards the possibility of the Swain being that mid lane pick.
Yeah, it seems their strategy really revolved around the swing going mid.
And they banned Charlie's Oriana.
I feel like picking Lucian into the Swain bot lane would have been a little bit suicidal, but they firmly believed it was going mid, and it looks like it will be.
You never know. Well, until the final pick comes through. But Charlie's Oriana getting banned out, he does incredibly well in the champion, or at least he has this season. The final pick for him going to be Galio. Xin Zhao Galio combo, perhaps, to a degree. Xin Zhao can Audacious Charge, Crescent Guard, stay alive, while Galio can just ult in on him. Or, Galio can still be used a little more defensively for the sake of the Lucian there.
Yeah, they definitely have a strong teamfight comp going on with all their 4 picks. Imagine they'll round it out with a tank top laner. Something like the Shen coming in for Joside.
On this patch. A lot of people have told me Aurelia's garbage now, but with the pick coming through here, that might be an Aurelia bot or that might be a Swain bot. We don't really know if that is the top lane pick for them. The final pick that Powerful is going for, that is.
Yeah. It's going to be strange because Aurelia is DTS mid laner's 3rd most played champion this season.
So, yeah, chat's already calling it. DTS Aurelia. Change the title of the stream. Yeah, we know, but we can't. I think Roomsy would have to do something like that. Garen being open, but Garen being strong, I don't think that's necessarily a good pick into the Kennen. Maokai always has its utility up, so this is definitely a composition that JBZ has here that looks to protect the Lucian, protect the Xin Zhao, but as the game goes on, I think it's more for the Lucian in that case.
Looks like they're going to go for the throat in the mid game here with their double tank Xin Zhao Lucian combo. They want to just bring it in the mid game, look to take every tower, maybe grab a Rift Herald and run it down.
But into the comp of Goth Boi Clique here, that's kind of dangerous. I mean, looking at what they have here, like if Kennen has flash up, slicing Maelstrom, those tanks are not going to be super effective against it. Unless you have Galio ult in afterwards, and even if Galio does ult in and get that damage reduction down from his ultimate onto the Lucian, for instance, Lucian will still be taking a lot of damage. And if Kennen is jumping in with slicing Maelstrom, Aurelia can find her ultimate as well. There's just a lot of ways for Goth Boi Clique to engage here and potentially smash a fight away.
Alright. Now what I'm looking at in this game is the jungle matchup. I feel like that's going to influence how the pace of the game plays. You have your Xin Zhao versus Graves. Xin does fairly well into Graves' early game, and he can definitely set up the plays. Maybe set up some dives on the Kennen, make sure Josiden gets ahead, put the Kennen behind so he's not as impactful in team fights. Then you have the bot lane, which is very deadly with the Swain and the Pike. They can set up easy kills with their crowd control combo.
Yeah. Like, if Pike finds the right Bone Sickle, that's Swain proccing his passive. And pulling them even further forward, getting more damage off. But I guess that's on... Did Sharkbait change his name?
Not sure.
Yeah, there's an easy way to check this. Let's see here. Yep, Sharkbait changed his name to Shekel Magoyim. One of those names is way easier to say on stream.
I do appreciate his new name, Shekel Magoyim. I can respect it.
I mean, I can respect it too, but I can respect it not in private. I think I'll just stick with calling him Sharkbait for now. The Braun Blunt trick that P-Cup knows and loves.
Oh, baby. You also see Ignite coming out from DTS mid compared to Charlie Smell's Teleport, so that'll be an interesting crux on how the game plays out. No Teleport to follow the Galio on any plays, so he's definitely looking to smash him in lane.
But the other thing is that you would notice that it's still a double Teleport comp on either side. Whereas T-Crank has heal, Swain has TP.
But if you're looking to gank the bottom lane, the TP on Swain isn't doing much for you when he's already there.
That's true. You're right. But at the same point, or actually along with that same point, Galio doesn't necessarily have to use the TP as long as he's within ultimate range. Get that heroic entrance off.
Most
It's
definitely.
a semi-global.
Teleport does allow him, though, to make the play bottom and then easily return mid without losing too much damage and pressure in the mid lane overall.
Yeah, but I think the dream is just getting the ultimate off and then TPing back to lane. Because you can't ult back to lane to Scalia. I wish you could ult towers, that'd be pretty cool. So, double tank matchup. I think Aurelia will just look, like DTS here, will just look to try to bully Charlie out. Galio not classically doing super well into AD matchups.
I believe if you are Goth Boi Clique, the way you win this game is by making plays around mid and bot lane. As for Zed, I feel like he shouldn't put too much pressure on the top lane. It's a Maokai. You kill him once, you kill him twice. He still does the same thing.
Yeah, that's just the thing about tanks, right? As long as Maokai can get his W off, can get that root down, get his ulti off, Maokai is effectively doing his job. It's almost, and you can say the same deal about pretty much every other tank. Malphite with his unstoppable force, Ornn with his Call the Forge God. Those tanks, as long as they can get their key abilities off and use the CC and disruption, they get ganked multiple times. It's not that big of a deal.
I believe the Kennen does pretty well into the Maokai, being the ranged
Yeah,
poker.
overall.
So you should have a fun time.
You can actually see that Fugnuggler went for the press the attack here. Definitely going to try to harass the Maokai down. Pressure just side and out here.
You think that means he's going to go an AD build?
Possibly, but if he does go an AD build, then you might be pigeonholing a little bit too much. Because at that point, the only significant form of magic damage, I mean, I know Kennen does magic damage no matter what, but a significant portion of magic damage will just all be dumped onto the Swain for Goth Boi Clique's comp. PTA could just definitely work out well anyway, because it increases all forms of damage taken, right? Well, other than true damage, you can't amplify that.
Perhaps he feels he doesn't want to start off too strong into the Galio with magic damage. As we see standard lane appropriations, we see people 5-pointing. We have the Kennen and Maokai in their bushes protecting.
30 seconds.
Oh wow! Look at these gentlemanly junglers.
Good show of sportsmanship in the mid lane, always a pleasure to see. Let's see if Charlie is going to cast a Winds of War.
Look at this. He's literally running circles around him. That's how strong he is. He does cast Winds of War, but so
Comes
that it
out.
doesn't hit.
Hope you weren't planning to die natural.
Well, I mean, I think both these teams, they know each other rather well at this point, right?
Minions have
That is
spawned.
definitely for sure.
Definitely a bit of camaraderie and banter going on.
I believe Zed
But-
and Charlie just got done playing a Nightborn tournament on the same team, in fact.
Oh, really? Well then. That's that, I suppose.
Both junglers aiming to start red.
Yeah, but you can actually see that T-Crank and Sharkbait are set up in the Tri-Brush here. Looking to find the level 1 kill onto Drowsy or Powerfully, but Swain and Pike, not super strong level 1 champions, but they avoid the Tri-Brush pretty smartly.
Running down through the Krugs.
Ooh, Never Move finds its way onto T-Crank, gets a little bit of damage off into the Bone Sickle. Nice bit of harass onto him. But here in the mid lane jungle, KMS taking a fair bit of damage from the Graves here as his mid laner. Is Charlie a bit late to respond? I'm not sure if it would have made the difference.
Can't quite face check a Graves. You do have to get the initiation on him if you're going to win these Ninja versus Graves duel. And you also
Here in the
want
bottom lane, though, powerfully forced to flash out after the Ignite goes down onto him, looking for a Bone Sickle in response. Instead, the Never Move finds its way onto Sharkbait. Fair bit of action going on. No one's dead. But like we said in top lane, you can see that Joseiden is roughly at 50% HP, a bit above that. Trying to sustain with Kenan's ability cast to proc his sap magic, that passive.
As we see mid lane, Charlie pushing in DTS mid, as expected of the Galio versus Aurelia. She doesn't really have that much wave clear to combat it.
Yeah, I think that Aurelia is just going to get a lot more powerful when she hits that level 60 ability to engage onto the Galio there. But until then, you can expect Aurelia to get shoved in. Like you said.
Let's see if they can coordinate ganks mid with Zed and DTS landing the deadly duet.
Flawless duet.
Flawless.
Yeah. There's Never Move straight onto T-Crank again. He's forced to dash out of Vision of Empire. But like you said, here's the gank coming in. DTS looking for the kill onto Charlie Smells. But now there's more action in the bottom lane. Concussive Blow Stacks proc onto Powerfully. And Charlie Smells walks away rather safe. You can see 1-2-3 KMS here in the bottom lane in that Drive Rush. Looking for that engage. Looking for the gank to get off. But it doesn't... Oh! Flash forward by Sharkbait gets it. To get the Winter's Bite off. Instead, now it's Sharkbait that's going to be falling to the Ignite here. First blood after the tower shot comes through.
Well done by Doxling to get the Bone Skewer into the tower range on the Braum after the flash.
A bit over-aggressive there from JBZ. Now T-Crank's in a bad spot, gets stunned up, pulled in. Looks like he's going to survive, but forced to flash out.
Unfortunate start for JBZ's bot lane. Let's see if they can bring it back. Maybe
Well, not just the bot lane. You take a look at the CS differentials. Down by 10 in the mid lane, down by 15 in top. JBZ is getting really pressured here.
Let's see if they set up for a dive on the top lane with the Maokai. He is half HP. See Graves in the gold.
Bit dangerous if Bugnuggler's the one to initiate here. You want... And Graves isn't at full health either.
We do see the half HP Zin coming in trying.
Oh, but the Graves doesn't see it. He's still backing. There's finally the response there. KMS looking for the audacious charge forward. Wind becomes thunder. Not gonna, means that he dies. Tower shots going through, but Joseiden falls. 3-0 kill lead for Goth Boi Clique now. Wind becomes thunder or lightning? That's
Wind becomes lightning on these.
darn. Had it right the first time and then I messed it up. Real bit of miscoordination going on there between the top laner and the jungler, JBZ. You saw that KMS had to flash over the wall to reach his way onto Bugnuggler, which meant that they not too difficult to outplay when you see the jungler flash over the wall like that and you're half HP.
I mean, it has you wondering. Joseiden does have 2 trinket charges in his inventory. They have no wards. Perhaps a trinket in that try could have spotted out the Graves and prevented giving 2 free kills over to Goth Boi Clique.
Well, the other thing on top of that is that's just a few more seconds of setup that if it had happened, Graves would have backed. That would have just been Kennen isolated versus the both of them. That's probably a kill for JBZ at that point. And no 2 deaths going over. Just that fraction of the few seconds. Joseiden maybe getting a little too bloodthirsty. And once again, like you said, not having the vision there means that they don't get the kill and they hand over 2 instead. Flawless duet comes out of DTS, misses onto Charlie as he channels his taunt, gets the Aurelia taunted up, smashes her face. DTS about half health. Charlie roughly 70%.
Excellent trade coming out from Charlie.
There's the ultimate out from DTS, but he gets popped up in the air, forced to flash out.
That was a little strange. He didn't have
But
Zed
here in
there.
the bottom lane, Undertow goes onto T-Crank. It looks like he's about to fall. There's no way for him out. He's going to get autoed down. Knight of the Zed picking up the kill.
Makes you wonder what that Aurelia was thinking. He had no jungler nearby, and he's going half health against the 75% Galio, forced to burn his flash. And the bot lane. Dying Lucian.
Well, I mean, when you consider the fact that Aurelia is up by over 20 CS, has the Sheen, if that's just under tower, or that's just outside tower range, that doesn't look nearly as bad.
Perhaps a slight miscalculation as the Blade Surge does put you behind the target.
That's true. Well, as you can see here, Goth Boi Clique going for that mountain trade. They're really pushing their advantage. Having a really clean game, 3.3k gold lead at 7 3/4 minutes. Like, look at that. And that's not just off of the kills, that's off the farm. And coming in. Audacious charge, Wind becomes lightning for the slow slicing Maelstrom gets down to get the stun off. But this looks like a dead Fugnuggler as he
tries his hardest to escape, but unfortunate can't do much running against the Maokai's and Zhao with all their slows and crowd control.
Yeah, and no flash.
He only has one ward in the tri-bush. Or in his river bush, rather. The ward in the tri-bush is from Josidon. Really need both those facets covered if you're a top laner to make sure you can't get sneakily ganked from the tri-bush like that when you're pushed up that far.
Yeah, my only assumption is that he must have thought he was safe. Because Josidon was relatively low on mana, I'd say.
For sure. This is a bit of an awkward spot for JBZ's bot lane. They are shoved in near tower. Not where you want to be versus a Ike Swain.
Swain. Yeah, that never move. If it finds its way onto either of them, that just means it powerfully goes forward. Looks for the stuns.
And we see Zed recalling. We know the top side of the map is clear, as he does too, considering he just cleared the top side of the enemy's jungle. So he's going to come to the bottom lane, perhaps look for a gank as well. The lane in this spot, although it is shoving towards there's
Fugnuggler warding the tri-bush like he wanted him to. There's a really substantial amount of vision control from Goth Boi Clique in this topside jungle and river. Nevermove finds its way onto T-Crank again as he walks away from the Vision of Empire, powerfully goes into the spectral waters as he looks to get the engage off now. Knighted Zed,
charging
I'm not fully sure why 1-2-3 KMS went for that engage there. He doesn't quite have anyone near. Oh, but Fugnuggler taken incredibly low by Josidon. Finds the flash and smash straight onto him.
Solo kill onto the Kennen from the Maokai. Well done, Josidon. You know, those tanks, man, they're sneaky. You don't think they can kill you.
There's a little more action. T-Crank gets pulled in by that Bone Skewer again. Zed flashes forward, goes for
Where's the death from below?
The line.
Oh, it whiffs.
Ignite takes down and kills him. Drowsy now taken really low by the tower shots coming through. If that demonic ascension isn't there, I think he's dead.
Bit of unfortunate. I feel like maybe Doxling was either slightly out of range or maybe he didn't feel the resets on the death from below, but he ended up whiffing it in the end. Unfortunate for Goth Boi Clique there. Ends up dying 1-0 in a 3v2.
I mean, thankfully enough that like that's the ignite that gets the kill, so the gold goes on to Sharkbait's Braum, which is not as potent as it would have been if it goes on to T-Crank solution. So Goth Boi Clique, you can breathe a slight sigh of relief as even though the play goes awry, it's not the worst situation for them. But you also see Zed come back down here into the bottom lane. T-Crank's out of mana. There's the Bone Skewer, pulls him forward.
A little bit of a harass. Seems like T-Crank is going to be forced to send back to base. And then we see the Graves fighting the Xin once again.
KMS uses the Crescent Guard to stay alive. Bone Skewer. There's the flash to safety.
First ult and flash for... And he might be dead
but he doesn't get out
anyway.
anywhere. There's the Flawless Duet coming out from DTS. Yeah, let's Knight of the Zed get the kill.
Bit of a tragic game going on for the Xin Zhao currently. Getting behind.
I mean, what I would say is that overall, they're keeping the gold at the 3k deficit for JBZ, so if they can hold it, that's not that bad. Charlie Smell is able to sustain through all that damage, through the Aurelia ultimate, through the Pike going onto him. And just Sidon here, looking to bully the matchup at this point. Oh, Charlie, his dash got cancelled by the Bone Skewer as powerfully misses his own ultimate. But another kill over to Zed. Or, well, Knighted Zed. There is no
Like they're gonna pressure the mid tower and get this first tower of the game going.
1, 2, 3, what are you doing?
Actually opting to chase the Xin Zhao instead of grabbing first tower.
A bit of a misplay from Goth Boi Clique right there, but I just don't understand why the jungler for JBZ is even looking for that in the first place. Now here in the bottom lane, T-Crank and Sharkbait looking to kill this Drowsy Swain. There's the Glacial Fissure into the kill for T-Crank. Good tower dive.
Expertly done, blows stopwatch, knowing he has no flash, although his teleport is going to come up when he respawns, but I feel like now they can pressure first tower.
That's true, and as you can see here, Fugnuggler is just not doing damage to the Maokai anymore. Maokai has Tabi and the Spectre's Cowl, meaning that all of Kennan's damage output does very little to him. The only thing that Sidon needs to be more cognizant of is his mana. Look at this, he's going for the engage, but he's just running out of mana ever so slowly. Here in the mid lane river, Charlie Smells comes in, finds the taunt as his jungler runs away, but maybe looking for a bit of a re-engage to find the kill. He's trying to get away, but the Zed keeps looking for it. There's powerfully getting the Ignite off into the Bone Skewer for the kill.
Very strong player on this Pike this game, 3-0 and 2. Pretty well on his roams, been where he needs to be. Pick up those kills.
Scratching up the 4th death for JBZ's jungler. That's half of the kills for Goth Boi Clique.
It seems they're finally going to push mid. Maybe grab that first tower eventually.
They don't have the wave quite there yet. Maokai's coming through here, but I think that's first tower.
Maokai can't do much even if he wanted to. He could sit there and body them.
Nah, man, if it's full AP Maokai, that wave is gone. Never move. It's just a never move Vision of Empire combo for the Swain right there. T-Crank able to get out of the Vision of Empire for the most part thanks to Lucian's dash. The Zed bot side here, but it looks like he's walking towards his Krugs. I mean, once again, looking at the vision that Goth Boi Clique is just putting forward here. This time they have it in the bot side river. It's darn good. But you can see in the Baron pit, Charlie and 123 looking for that Rift Herald, that great equalizer for the turrets, so to speak. But you see DTS responding here. On my way pings coming through.
We don't have the teleport coming in from Drowsy. It's on cooldown as he used it to come back.
Yeah, and Kevin. I wonder why there isn't even on my way ping at all. Like, yeah, they're Goth Boi Clique's correctly just going to take the dragon here.
It's a good response given what their situation. I feel like they could have been a little more proactive about giving up Rift Herald. Perhaps.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
having...
Once the Aurelia spots it out, you should just run straight to dragon, I think.
You know, there's always the threat of blast coning in from the back if you are on the red team, so you need a ward in the entrance of Rift Herald, not just on the sides like they have currently.
Now here in the bottom side, Sharkbait gets pulled in, T-Crank channeling the culling on the Lucian here. Demonic Ascension gets popped by Drowsy, but it looks like T-Crank and Sharkbait are going to try to stay alive pretty well. Flash away from the Pike, death from above. Now DTS walks in here looking for the flawless duet. In the top lane, just Sidon and Fugnuggler are battling it out, but it looks like just Sidon's finally lost this one as T-Crank gets taken down in the bottom lane. Now Sharkbait's all alone against 4 here, but in the mid lane, you see that 123 pops the Rift Herald looking for the tower. Sharkbait looking to get away. Flash forward from Zed to get the kill.
I feel like his quick draw would have been up just in time, that he could have easily ate a tower shot, but opting to blow
I think the issue was that you see... Yeah, the minion wave was going to come through. I think he was scared of Braum using stand behind me to get to the minions, block the shotgun shells.
Missing ping comes out as Kennen solo kills the Xin Zhao mid.
Yeah, JBZ getting really, really pressured here. 1, 2, 3, pops the Rift Herald in mid, tries to get what he can, and, gets a turret for turret. But that's 3 kills to none, once again. And now that gold lead for Goth Boi Clique is ballooned to almost 6k.
Now, if you're JBZ, what's your plan to get back into this game?
I'd have to say, Xin Zhao, you are going to become appeal. Like, there's no realm in which Xin Zhao is going to ever come back into this game as a damage threat, in my opinion. Like, and his build already reflects that. He has Warrior, Tabi, Ruby Crystal, and Cloth Armor. That is in no way. Yeah, so that's in no way a defensive build. He's probably just going to be looking to become an engage tool, at the very least make his slow work for the Lucian. I think all of the eggs will have to go into the Lucian basket for JBZ, and hope that with the Xin Zhao transitioning to be a tank early, that they can keep Lucian alive in team fights. And here's a pause. Apparently Zed is lagging.
Excellent. Wouldn't be a Prophecy Kept game without some excellent pauses in the middle of them.
I mean, there was a pause yesterday, and if I remember properly, the case was that the player was lagging so hard that he typed in pause, but it came like 5 seconds after he typed it in.
I believe that was Spell It Chat's game versus Desolate.
Yeah, it was.
It was Gatsby was lagging, caused a pause right when Mangorai EQ'd over a wall into the enemy team as Jarvan. So, a bit of an unfortunate timing for sure to come out on that one.
How do you remember? I was casting this game. How do you remember this?
Well, I'm on the team, and I did help them draft.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
I am on Spell It Chat, as you can see.
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that. That's my fault, even though I saw that. I saw that when I checked your rolls. Okay, this is stupid caster talking. That's my fault.
It's alright. We see the R's come out, but no one paused quite yet.
That's probably because the R's were from... Oh wait, no, yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. For some reason my chat's lagging. Anyway, there it is. Game unpaused now.
Back into the fray.
As Aurelia dives forward into those minions, indeed, back into the fray.
Oh, it is so much fun cleaning up minion waves with Blade Surge.
I mean, Aurelia, her animations are just so clean and satisfying to watch.
Most definitely. I feel like her rework has done her some justice compared to the old one.
But, as you can see, Aurelia DTS looking to exact some justice of his own onto duo of JBZ here, as you have 4 members of Goth Boi Clique in this top lane.
We have Charlie in position to call
Now
down
Sharkbait
the
gets
heroes
caught out,
defense.
gets the Unbreakable off. T-Crank looking to do some damage with the culling, finds the full channel, but powerfully stays alive. Now the Maokai TP comes through here. There's the ultimate, but Drowsy's still in the backline here, threatening T-Crank. T-Crank just can't get enough damage off onto the same target over and over again. I mean, she dies. Quadra kill coming through to DTS as his top laner steals the Penta. Report.
GG comes through from Aurelia and the Xin Zhao.
And the Xin Zhao.
Yeah, they're definitely having high spirits for this game. When you get a quadra, you always feel good. That was a massacre coming through from Goth Boi Clique. You know, they called down the hero's entrance on the Braum, but he was already dead. At that point,
there's only so much that Braum can block.
You just have to let him go if you're the Galio. You have to ult a priority target if you're winning these fights.
I think the thing is that they thought they could get a really good engage off of it, and for all intents and purposes, it wasn't a bad engage. It was a 3-man ultimate from the heroic entrance on Galio. JBZ is actually coming through the surrender.
You know, they decided, might as well cut our losses. We're down 11k. Let's go to the next, see if we can do something better.
I mean, I can understand that philosophy. My philosophy on top of the other one is if you're in a series and you're down, then mentally reset on your own, let the game end, but use that rest of the time before the game ends to just plan out what you want to do for the next game, at least mentally.
You know, if I'm that Xin Zhao, I'm definitely tilted and thinking about the next game already. 0-6, very unfortunate score coming through.
1-2-3 KMS went boom. Mental boom, anyway.
Hopefully he can make better start and impact in the jungle role, being one of the most impactful roles in the game. And of course, my favorite role. You know, run around.
Are you a jungle
kill
man?
people. I most definitely am.
I'm a
It
support
is
man.
very fun to just run around the map and kill people, as Zed did very expertly when compared to one.
Are you telling me you don't like tank jungle meta? You silly, silly player. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll pick the Trundle, you know? I'll build tank, I'll ult the enemy tank.
A good friend of mine just messaged me today, and we were talking about ranked, and he said, if you look at my match history, I played all tanks. I sold my soul to get gold. he likes playing carries, but... Pretty funny commentary from it. So, with the side swap coming through on here, what do you think the adjustment should be from JBZ? Looks like the game really ran away from them in the early phases, not just off the kills, but also off the farm. Compositionally, it seemed like they kind of fell apart.
I feel like Josidon did very well, as we saw the solo kills coming up from the Maokai onto the Kennen. I feel like most of their problem lied in the Xin Zhao pick. Why are you picking Xin? I mean, he's a good champion, but Graves does well into Xin post early game. You have to really make that early game count, because if you notice, if you look up quick draw, you see it gives him 120 armor. It's very hard to deal with that as an AD champion, especially like Xin Zhao come later into the game. So perhaps a ban on the Graves would be better. You know, maybe let Zed play Camille. Maybe have a different jungler such as Kindred or something. You know, maybe 1-2-3 KMS is more comfortable on something else. According to his op.gg, he's a Kazakh Camille Sejuani player. Why aren't you picking those? Why are you picking Xin Zhao? Those are the questions coming up for me for JB's.
I mean, I guess my theory behind the Xin Zhao pick is just jungle tier list. Because I can't see another feasible explanation there.
That's definitely true, but...
And overall, Xin Zhao is strong, I would say.
Xin just comes into the pitfall of he is a champion that can only go in. He has no other options. And if you get behind,
I mean, every champion can leave in a body bag, I would say. Oh.
Do we have the next game coming up?
Yeah, just grab the tournament code.
I see. The second one in the list of three, I'm guessing. Wait.
Yeah, it should be under week 5 of Goth Boi Clique versus JBZ.
It's so hard to see with their...
Oh, wait, yeah, no, it's just because everyone's full. Like, someone needs to get into spectate. Okay, there, try again.
I got an invite from T-Crank, helping me out.
Okay, there you go. There you are. Now get in here. Woo. Get into the caster box with me. Okay, sorry. I mean, overall, a pretty clean game from Goth Boi Clique. There were a few smaller mistakes. The two that I can most notably remember is chasing Xin Zhao instead of going for mid tower and not responding super efficiently when you see that JBZ is doing Rift Herald. But overall, a pretty clean game from them.
I haven't watched much of JB's games, but I don't know if they run the Galio mid strat much, but
No,
I'd like
they
to
don't.
see Charlie playing some carries. He's one of the
That's
best
what he's
players on
renowned
the
for.
team.
Yeah.
Why are you putting him on Galio? I had the same question in the games yesterday. Why are you putting Mango Ray on Mundo? You know, like, the player's really good at playing carries. You know, tanks are pretty easy, but
And then you put Mango Ray on Jarvan, and it's like poggers.
you know, he did hover the TF, but he ultimately went with the Galio pick. So I'd like to see a more carry-oriented draft from JBZ. It also allows for more fun games as you see more fighting going on, more explosive action on the Rift.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a wrong decision to try for the comp that they had. If Xin Zhao can get ahead or stay even with the Graves early, then you can see a combo working out through, Xin Zhao engaging and Galio ulting into him with the Lucian being able to fire on the back or from the back. But ultimately that just doesn't work out when Xin Zhao is 0-4, 0-5. Like, falling so far behind just means that he loses really hard.
You know, I feel like the Kha'Zix would have been a much stronger pick, considering it is his most played champion, and it pairs well with the Galio, as you can invis in, and then look for picks like such. He also has a lot easier time early game versus Graves, because you can definitely snowball and be the jungle monster Kha'Zix is renowned to be.
Yeah, waiting on Sharkbait to move back at the moment. Maybe he went to the bathroom or something. Oh, nope, there it is. So, I believe we're ready.
Alright.
So, as it comes down to it, this could be the last game of this match. And considering how well Goth Boi Clique did, they're definitely going to want to try to close it out just as clean as second game.
You always have the pressure on when you're put in a match point scenario, but this is only a best of 3, so you only do have to win twice.
Wait, what? Wait. I'm confused.
What's up?
You saw Knight of the Zed in chat saying we're not R, and then it gets started.
Well, I mean...
Even though they said R first. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Rakan first ban coming through here. I mean, I think that is on Powerfully one of his more played champions. Rakan's also just strong in general.
Most definitely. Very obnoxious to play against as well.
Well, here's the first adjustment ban. Pike being taken off the table.
And we see Camille Ban coming through. Perhaps thinking that is 1-2-3's comfort pick in this game, as it is one of his most played junglers in ranked.
I mean, if you think about it, the Camille Galio combo is a thing. And maybe that's what they wanted to run, and they thought, oh, we can do a similar deal with Xin Zhao, since Xin Zhao plays in a similar fashion to Camille in some ways.
Pathetic.
Well, then, I also have the fact that 1-2-3 KMS plays Jarvan as his third most played character this year.
Well,
So,
I
where's
mean,
Jarvan?
I think there are some things that can only be answered by JBZ, that like when you're going to pose that question to them. And hey, maybe if JBZ make the 2-0 comeback, or I guess the 2-1 comeback, such as it is, you can ask them that question. Now, here's the first pick, Swain. Same pick that Goth Boi Clique went for. Although, I've never, like I said last game, I've never seen T-Crank on a non-traditional bot laner. I would say Swain is more of a flex between mid and top, if anything. Morgana.
Well, maybe we're seeing Charlie back on the carry mid, so...
Yeah, Morgana opening for Goth Boi Clique, opening the possibility of a double AP, or at least an AP bot lane. Or it could be support. Who knows?
Morgana also just strong in general with the black shield.
Oh, the Aatrox was left open. That's slight miscalculation there.
It's going to be a bit brutal. Let's see if JBZ expected this and are going to come up with a counter pick. As Aatrox isn't the end-all be-all, despite being the world ender. Still
Shen
very
being
much.
the pick. Shen can be a support pick.
He is also one of Josidon's most played and comfort picks, so I wouldn't doubt that going to Josidon up in the top lane.
Fair enough. See Charlie just cycling through champions. They probably know what they want to pick, but he's just messing around. There's the Kindred. But Graves is still up. I mean, I think Kindred can do well into a Graves pick. Not necessarily. Why is Shaco being covered by everyone?
He just
Is there some
clowning
kind of
around.
inside joke that I'm missing here?
I'm sure he's just renowned as a griefer champion, so of course he makes
Yeah,
no
and
sense with the
you know,
grief.
there's the Graves pick again available for Seb. There it is.
Well, at least we have the Kindred coming in for 1-2-3 KMS. Let's see if he.
Well, hey, maybe he can pop his ulti and stay alive a little bit longer. I'm not flaming, I swear. Galio being banned. I think that's rather interesting to ban the Galio.
You don't have
Because because you already know that the Swain's probably going to be the mid lane pick.
Maybe they fear all the eggs onto the Kindred basket. Which is...
I mean, unless T Crank has been in a hyperbolic time chamber and has been practicing Swain bot.
Most people have been saying Swain is a very easy champion to play, so.
I mean, when Swain is coupled with a champion that has hard CC as a support, and let's be honest here, well, most supports have hard CC. Like, it's just really easy damage to get off.
What is interesting is JBZ is opting to ban the Kennen, even though Josidon had a swell time against it in lane, and didn't really make that much of a difference for Goth Boi Clique winning the game. Even though Fugnuggler did get some good slicing mails from Zhao.
What I would say is, like, do you think that's actually an Aatrox mid if you're banning Kennen?
I mean, DTS is shown to play it, so keep the opportunities open.
Well, now JBZ has to show their hand here, figure out what they want to play. Now you see the Kaisa, potentially a Kaisa Morgana lane. Well, no, absolutely a Kaisa Morgana lane, unless that's a Morgana mid. T-Crank? That has to be a placeholder, right?
Unless they're running it down mid with their Ghost Cleanse.
Well, Sharkbait has Ghost Cleanse as well, so maybe they're running it down bot. And, well, running it through the jungle.
Or maybe they know something we don't.
I mean, I'm just going to assume that's a placeholder. There's just no way. Orin being picked by JBZ means that the response will be Renekton. Or Singed. Both of those picks can do reasonably well into Orin, I believe.
For sure. Opting for the Jarvan.
Ooh, Jarvan instead.
I know that is one of Mango Ray's favorite matchups versus Ornn. The Jarvan. He says you can EQ behind the Ornn while he is casting Bellowing Breath.
Wait. They're not resetting the...
Maybe Charlie thinks Teemo mid is the pick
Maybe.
versus Aatrox. Although the Aatrox is in the hands of Knight of the Zed, we'll have to see if it is Graves mid with Smite. Actually.
Okay, come on, 1, 2, 3, and Sharkbait. Change your summoners. Come on. Don't give me a heart attack, please. Okay. But hey, like I said, like Shen can be support, and Shen is support this game.
Hopefully that's a spectator bug, and they do change their summoners. That'd be real awkward to go.
They didn't change summoners. Oh, there it
they
is.
did.
Okay. Gosh.
They going
I
the
mean,
hard attack on the casters.
yeah, you saw that too, right? It took down to 0,
yeah.
and it was still Ghost Cleanse.
It was right there. It does look like the Aatrox is going mid, though. They finally swapped.
So, theoretically, Teemo Blinding Dart works pretty well against all of them except Morgana, right? Like,
I
I'm trying
feel
to
like-
understand this.
I feel like Teemo is awful into Aatrox. Aatrox's Q is just long enough range as Teemo's auto attacks. Aatrox isn't very reliant on his autos. Of course, he has the passive proc to do some percent max HP damage and healing reduction. But what are you doing about the Infernal Chains? You get Infernal Changed into triple Q'd, and
That's
you're
when
dead.
you use move quick, man. You move quick and you move as fast as you can out of that box.
Well, hope he can move quick enough to dodge the long-range Qs coming out from the Aatroxes. He is a very deadly
I
champion
mean,
early.
like if I'm going to be honest here, I am as perplexed as you are. I am still in mild shock of this Teemo pick.
Maybe Charlie has been griefing too much on Latin America North servers that he decided to bring a little bit of that grief back.
Is that actually a thing? Do PK players just play on Latin America North?
Oh yeah, Charlie's been streaming it too.
Oh really?
He's having a grand old time. He's nearly Challenger, I believe, in LAN.
So what you're saying is he's going to get a contract to play in Brazil?
One would hope.
I mean, Charlie, maybe he's just inspired by Quas doing that. He's going to be like, I'm going to be the Quas of South America.
Well, based off the compositions, I'll honestly be surprised if Goth Boi Clique doesn't take a clean sweep off this. Just because I am very impartial to having Kindred on my team. I think that champion, not as great as people like, but a lot of people do like picking her up.
I mean,
think
I
she's
see
strong.
a lot of people talk about how good Kindred is. I also see most of the ones in my solo queue games not know how to press their R key.
Definitely requires a bit of finesse to the champion with the extremely delicate timing on the ultimate. But other than the Kindred, you also have a Teemo mid, which I'd probably flame you in solo queue for picking.
Really? You would flame someone? You don't sound that. You don't sound that upset.
Oh, it's over text, man. It's just banter.
Typically, my process for flaming, unless I'm truly upset, is I will type something in and I'll think about it and I'll just keep playing.
I'd probably end up with an Alt F4 though, for real.
Oh, really?
If I had a mid lane Teemo, I feel like the -3.
Okay, if I saw a mid lane Teemo in my champion select, I'm probably dodging.
As we
Because-
head onto the Rift.
Better to lose 3 LP than lose 20.
The 20 minutes of getting held hostage by a team that won't early FF. We've been in
Hey
those
man, that's why they made it
situations.
15 minutes, man.
You always get those 4-to-1s, man. 15.
But yeah, as you can see, Charlie, Cottontail Teemo, with Ignite and Electrocute. What a demon.
Fantastic club tag coming out from Zed and Charlie. The Suck Me tag. Very fitting.
Well,
for
it's
when your
not
team-
just Sid and Charlie. It's also 1, 2, 3.
Oh man. It's like disruption is my game pauses, but now we see an actual pause on the Rift. Zed internet has
Zed's
to restart.
restarting.
DTS claiming he has seen Charlie play Teemo mid before, so I think it was right. I think Charlie knows something we do not.
Is this the legendary Latin American North counter to Aatrox?
It might just be. We'll have to see when the game gets rolling after this unpause.
I appreciate the shameless plugs of Twitch channels in the all chat.
Very fantastic. Almost as fantastic as Zed's internet.
Ouch.
Has to grab another hamster to put on the wheel of the router, to make it spin. Current one
Get a
got
fresh
little
potato
tired.
even. I mean, hamsters, like, they're cute, but they're like batteries. Like, once they're tired and spent, you just throw them away. Get a new one.
So, yeah. Put them back in their chains until they're rested up, ready to be reused.
Oh, you recharge your hamsters? I just get rid of them.
That's more economically viable that way, I find.
Oh, I see.
Spending money
That's
on
true.
water every now and then, other than buying new hamsters. They'll price gouge you for hamsters.
Yeah, but like, it's such a pain to clean up after. You know?
Most definitely, but
Okay.
when you leave them to squander in their own feces for a night, maybe they'll go bad. But enough of hamsters defecating
As we
themselves.
wait for Zed to get back.
Game has still been paused. Time remaining 27 minutes, 54 seconds.
So how's the summer going for you?
Been fantastic. I'm in my final year of college before I get my bachelor's degree. I've just been taking time
Congratulations.
off. How about you, my pal?
Taking some summer classes. That's it for the most part.
So you said reconnecting, so only be a few short minutes, I imagine, until we're ready.
Yeah, probably within the next 30 seconds or so, hopefully.
The R did come out from Zed himself. Now we're just waiting on JBZ.
JBZ, come on. Okay. Checking.
Looks like there is some waiting going on JB's. Maybe they figured they might as well take some time for a bathroom break. How
Yeah,
long Zed's
I mean,
been gone?
I wouldn't fault them for it. Oh, never mind.
Bugnuggler did unpause and see the ready come out from JB's, but I imagine maybe they got a PM or such.
I don't see anyone on G. Okay, there.
Oh,
It
there
was just
you
the
go.
base gates. My bad.
You do see a group up from JB's. Maybe they're going to look up for an invade, while on the side of Goth Boi Clique, they're going to their 5 points starting.
Yeah, look at that. It's a 5-man.
The Aatrox, he's going to get
I
spotted.
think it's spotted out here.
30 seconds until minions
Oh,
Absolutely
there's the
huge.
searing
Might have
charge
ended in
knocked up
his
onto the Aatrox. Aatrox gets blinded out.
flash
Taunt
taunt.
flash
Oh,
into the
man.
First blood goes on to T-Crank.
Excellently done from Joe Sidon to grab, or not Joe Sidon, rather, I'm so used to playing Shen, from Sharkbait with that flash taunt to secure the kill on Aatrox.
Yeah, that was a max range.
I think that was a little ill-advised by DTS mid to go for the Q knock-up,
minions have spawned.
as, it roots him in place for the duration of the animation, so perhaps that causing his death there. And not respecting the flash taunt either from Sharkbait, not flashing away.
You
on
actually
his own.
see, like, look at this. Charlie Smells is actually just waiting here.
And the first blood went over to T-Crank. Carry Mage in the bot lane, looking for an aid.
You're gonna be stealing the red here.
I don't think it's gonna get spotted out by Fugnuggler.
No, but there are the missing things from Goth Boi Clique, because they did ward the red.
They definitely.
So smart of them to do it. As you can see, Aatrox actually level 2 as he took the wolf camp, I believe. Sharkbait finds a Shadow Dash onto Drowsy, gets the taunt off. Drowsy taking really below 50% health early.
Looks like Zed is going to find JB's red side buff. Never move lands.
1, 2, 3
again.
opting to go for the wolf camp instead of running to his buff might mean that no, there's no way. There's no way.
Well, it looks like
Zed
he
actually goes.
aims to pick up
EQ
the
forward
mark
from
on the middle.
Fugnuggler.
I think KMS knows that Zed isn't gonna contest him at that scuttle, being that they know they started on the blue side, and they probably figured that Zed's smart enough to go to the enemy red, picks it up. Kind of surprised Zed didn't aim for a gank in the bot lane, given how pushed it is. See
Yeah.
where he goes next after Raptors. So. Infernal Chains coming out. Pull
Yeah,
back
I mean,
necessary.
Charlie dodging a little far out in terms of pathing there.
And-
Straight up getting soloed by DTS.
There's that solo kill, man. Teemo, very squishy mage. Can't really do much if you get Infernal Chains into that all in. Well done by DTS. See a little confrontation going on in the bot lane as Zed is spotted out by the Shen. Overall backing off to Scrum.
Well, I mean, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, no rhyme intended here, playing forward into the red side jungle of Zed, trying to generate as much of an advantage as he can. Opponent's jungle. Bug Nuggler, getting that EQ for the...
They could look
Are
for
you
a
clear?
dive up, given that he did use his Dragon
Ooh,
Lance.
Sharkbait caught out by the Dark Binding. They are looking for the dive. There's a Searing Charge into the knockup. Bug Nuggler looking to get out here. Now just Poseidon gonna fall to the last tower shot. Bug Nuggler gonna stay
Oh,
alive.
man.
Yes, he gets the outplay double kill in the top lane.
Double kill going over to Pugnuggler in a 1v2.
Disastrous for JBZ.
Well done. I feel like Poseidon might have went on a little too early. They were calling for the wait for Kindred passive, as he did mark the Jarvan. But fortunate for them.
There's a Shadow Dash taunt into the Vision of Empire and pull. Powerfully taken incredibly low. But Sharkbait has Exhaust and not Ignite. Might have made the difference in that situation.
Unfortunate for Doxling was that Black Shield, as it was slightly too late. Black Shield does nothing after the taunt. Already comes through. Ever move whiffing onto Drowsy. Are we seeing
Charlie
another
gonna
solo
get pulled
kill?
back in there.
Ooh, that blind saving his life.
Yep.
Flash
As Zed flashes forward, looks for the kill, gets a slow off, and Bug Nuggler pokes just Poseidon in the butt.
Three, man.
Great kill. Ooh, Sharkbait barely missing that taunt there, but that means he's out of position as T-Crank looks to be body blocking for him. Now, Kindred, 1, 2, 3 KMS looking for powerfully instead. Gets the slow off, gets the autos. Kill goes on to T-Crank.
You know, trading a kill on both 80 carries, or rather, what you have for Swain to call him AP carry in the bot lane.
I mean, yeah, I guess at this point, with the team pick potentially not working out, you just want to get as much gold as you can out to T-Crank. The Swain pick can punish a Jarvan for going in, can punish an Aatrox for engaging, and, you know, the Kaisa for ulting in as well.
I feel like that
But-
trade slightly favored T-Crank because he did get to catch the wave, whereas Drowsy had the back afterwards.
Yeah.
And they both got 1 kill, so.
Infernal Drake first means that both of these teams should be looking to fight over it.
Ultimately, a great response from KMS to be down there at the time, though, but
DTS here.
seemingly to back with
Sharkbait pops the
Infernal.
blast cone. Get out.
Goth Boi Clique gonna just rush this one down after seeing the Kindred back. And
Yeah,
they
there's
ignite the
no
mark.
way that JBZ can actually contest here. Really well played by Goth Boi Clique. Dragon resets a bit, pushes him aside.
It's a little tragic for KMS. Not only do you not get the Infernal, but you don't get your Scuttle Crab mark that was right in front of the Infernal.
There's another Infernal mark coming up next, though. So, I guess JBZ will want to equalize when that comes up.
Poseidon's gonna have a rough time against this 3-kill Jarvan in the top lane. Chen clean looking forward in the Dragon Pit. DTS going for Zed's red, but he might be collapsed on. Do they see him? They
Yeah,
definitely
well, he
see him.
gets out EQ combo forward from the Jarvan. He has the Cataclysm Veil with DTS. Gets the Infernal Chains go and gets the kill.
Perhaps a
Says,
little bit greedy.
thank you, sir, for the red buff.
Invading the enemy red buff when he knows none of his teammates can help him very realistically, and not having vision. Gets punished accordingly.
Charlie just taking the Aatrox Qs. Gonna hurt.
I believe Teemo is a 500 range champion, and the range on the Aatrox Q is been bumped to 525. That sweet spot being 25 units as well. Roughly 20% larger than a Teemo.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out conceptually what you wanted the Teemo pick to do here. Like, it can work against the Jarvan and the Graves and the Kaisa, but I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, maybe he was really hoping for the Graves mid. That's the only lane I'd imagine Teemo doing well into. Teemo doesn't do well into Jarvan or Aatrox.
There's a Cataclysm, 1-2-3 KMS, still level 5. He gets taken down. Charlie Smells walks out of the Infernal Change this time, gets landed down onto the Aatrox. Aatrox doesn't have any defensive or offensive summoners at the moment. It has the Smite. It's that Blinding Dart that's taking him, that's doing so much damage to him as he throws it out over and over again. Now just Poseidon getting engaged on here by Fugnuggler.
Oh, it's coming in again, probably for Zed's
Zed
internet.
lagging again. Reported.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to shove Aatrox out of lane. He can just back off, and once the wave is in his turret, just spam those Qs. He has 20% innate healing from all damage on the Umbral Dash.
It's 1/3 as effective on non-champions.
Still, that stuff heals him a very crazy amount. Ready's coming through from both sides, so I'd imagine the unpause coming any second now. As we see, Goth Boi Clique has been doing a great job on shutting down the Kindred early games. That is level 7, the KMS is level 5. KMS is almost
Yeah, I mean,
level
I
6,
think this is just symptomatic of KMS just getting purely out jungled here.
Well, Zed has also been doing some great coordinating with his team to shut down that Kindred at the blue right there. That red play by Kindred was a little greedy, and he was punished for his own mistake. Then again, just not enough vision on the side of JBZ.
Also, the tower dive just working out so poorly in the top lane.
Mm.
Definitely not helping 1-2-3 here. T-Crank looks to never move. Vision of Empire comes out. Now Charlie
Gonna hide
Smells.
in the dot bush, looking to gank
Whoa,
Zed.
that's a lot of damage.
Seems
Easy solo kill for Charlie. Wow.
You know, people like to say it's very easy to play against Kindred because you know where our marks are going to be. But on the flip side, as the fight breaks out in the river...
Oh, Poseidon probably going to get soloed here in the top lane. That seems to be staying alive, but instead, BTS looking for the kill onto T-Crank as he pops the Demonic Ascension, looking for the Soul Flare. He flashes out. There's the Void Assault coming through from the Kaisa, but instead it's the Aatrox that goes down from the Soul Flare. Now Drowsy drops as well as the jungler in the mid lane, JBZ, look to chase down the Morgana.
Interesting use
Disastrous
right there.
series events for Goth Boi Clique.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before the fight came out, yeah, you know where the Kindred's going to be, so you answer marks in the river. But on the flip side, you know that the enemy knows that. So Charlie Smells with the heads-up play, standing in the dot bush, looking to assassinate the Graves, who has no defensive against the magic damage coming out from Teemo.
I mean, I think the other thing that happened there was Zed was so surprised by the Teemo that he actually walked into the shroom.
Yeah, he placed down the control ward, and unfortunately, control wards no longer reveal stealth.
Yeah, it won't reveal. It'll reveal the Teemo shroom. It won't reveal the Teemo.
So perhaps he thought he didn't think much of the Teemo, in fact, even though he wasn't on the map.
So when Charlie just straight up attacks him, he walks into that shroom, takes the thunder, the electrocute proc, and just gets bursted down. And with the blind coming through, there's no way that that fleet footwork does anything for him.
And a great team fight coming out from JBZ to clean up the remains of the river.
And now they're only at a 1k gold deficit. Yeah, so look at that. So the moment that Aatrox lands his initial hit of the Darkened Blade, Teemo throws out Blinding Dart to get the return damage on.
Speaking of the Aatrox, it was a little bit
Ooh,
interesting.
pull in.
Forced
But
to
I don't
burn
think the
killer
taunt's
instinct.
quite up. Here in the top lane, Poseidon's just getting completely pressured out by Fugnuggler.
Looks like a
Trail
pretty
change
easy
goes on.
tower kill
Oh.
for the side of Goth Boi Clique onto this top tower. Not much Poseidon can do other than try
I
and
mean,
body
Poseidon's
block.
probably going to call the Forge God here, try to keep the tower alive a bit. Thanks to up some damage. Looks for the knockup. TP coming through from T-Crank, but it's way too late.
Very greedy of him. You just have to let the tower fall. You know you can't burst down the graves as a tank, and as long as that
I mean,
doesn't
I think
auto
that
you,
Poseidon thought he could stay alive long enough.
he was
But I
definitely-
also think that TP needed to be called in the moment that they commit.
for sure. World Ender being popped, forcing the flash from Charlie Smells.
That last hit of Darkened Blade would have knocked up Charlie, almost certainly killed him. But that means that World Ender is now down for DTS.
108 seconds on the cooldown. Very important.
Ooh, Infernal Drake gonna get started up by JBZ here, looking to get that equalized. And there it is. One Infernal Drake apiece, next Drake's Ocean, so you don't gotta worry about that combat bonus.
Goth Boi Clique trading for the Rift Herald as they feel it's more important. Personally, I would value the Infernal over the Rift Herald, but nonetheless, let's see what they can do with Shelly.
I mean, when you I'd agree for the most part. Dragon stats are permanent, Rift Herald temporary, and Rift Herald can really just not work out in some situations.
I mean,
So Charlie, the moment he can dodge out a Darkened Blade proc, pops the move quick and uses a blinding dart onto Aatrox. As you can see on the Aatrox build, looks like he's going straight for the Death Stance. I think that a prudent choice would actually be Mob Malmortius. There's a lot of magic damage from the composition of JBZ here. Swain, Teemo, even Ornn does magic damage.
perhaps he feels like he wants the extra sustain after getting poked in lane. The Death Stance healing him up in tandem with his Umbral Dash's passive. Maybe he'll opt for the Mob Malmortius next.
Yeah, but I think doesn't the when Mob Malmortius procs it gives you lifesteal too? I mean, I'm not saying that. I just
It does, but I feel like the Death Stance always giving you life steals a lot better than having the conditional, because you do need to be low to have the life steal initially.
okay. Oh, as a slight counterpoint to that, I might say that with Mob procking, the Lifeline passive does make you deceptively tankier when you get that burst of is it lifesteal and spell vamp?
I believe so.
Uh-oh, Charlie getting caught out here. He's gonna get pulled. Oh man,
Zed
there's
says,
the read.
"Fool me once, shame on me." But there's no fooling me twice. Zed busts the collateral
Really well
damage into
read.
Teemo's face.
Really well read by Zed there.
Unfortunately, Cell Champions do have that shimmer effect now and they take damage. Teemo, no exception.
Taunt comes through into Vision of Empire slow. Sharkbait getting caught up a bit here. T-Crank is actually out of mana. He can't go for a fight at the moment. Only able to pop the Demonic Extension as the Kindred ultimate comes out. T-Crank wants that Demon Flare. It'll do so much damage, but Sharkbait falls. T-Crank forced to back off here. Shelly goes down.
Overall, a great fight from Goth Boi Clique, forcing the Kindred ulti, using it for themselves a little bit for that heal at the end there, and then getting a free kill and half of a tower. Not much.
T-Crank
advantage.
instantly TP'd to bot lane.
Need to just farm up, as we see T-Crank doing fairly well for himself. 302, 30 CS up over Drowsy, but Kai'Sa is a little bit nuts with her living skin damage getting to crazy levels once Kai'Sa gets enough AP. Probably gonna
Yeah,
opt for the
He
natural.
just needs the attack speed too. Yeah.
Although they did nerf Rage Blade's ability power gain, still fairly strong champion in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, Kai'Sa just does incredibly well with attack speed overall. Rageblade, you know, although it doesn't give you that as much percent AP, or yeah, percent AP. Like overall, it just synergizes so well with Kai'Sa's kit, especially in regards to getting that on-hit effect stacking.
One might wonder what Riot was thinking as once you upgrade Supercharge, Kaisa basically just a better Vayne in all aspects.
I mean, have you seen the Akali rework?
I have. I don't know any of her abilities other than the fact that she has a shroud you can not reveal by any means.
Yeah, she can just reset tower aggro endlessly. Also, she can fountain dive with it, so that's cool.
It's gonna be fun to play against.
I mean, I would say that as far as animations, from a design standpoint, she looks, but gotta wonder what she's thinking or what Riot's thinking.
Well, it is, I believe, done by certainly T, who has
Well,
made champions such as Zoe. So
And Yasuo.
most people either really love or really hate his designs. I gotta say, I really hate all of his characters. Not a fan of a single one by certainly T.
Yeah, Darius rework, Mord rework, I think.
Yes. Although
Anyway.
he did do Warwick, but I believe it was in part with someone. I do like Warwick a little. He's not like amazing, but I think he's done well.
But I think Warwick was a very successful rework. Okay, more action in the top lane as there's this flag and drag combo onto just side and calling in Knight of the Zed to take down the inner tower here.
And I guess JBZ is just forced to give up the top tower.
Oh.
Charlie is running over.
Charles
but
is seeming to have a
might
little
be
bit
a
of lag.
little too late.
There's
Bugner
the EQ
like
forward
EQing
onto the
in.
side and rotates over for Charlie Smells, but I think you bit off a little bit more than you can chew in that case. There's the knock up onto Knight of the Zed. Slow doesn't come through though. Aatrox rotating over, pings go down onto him. There's the
World Ender
World
coming
Ender.
out.
knock up.
Shen
Shen
ult
ultimate
coming
comes through. Probably gonna get out. There's the taunt. No, they didn't wait long enough. They let DTS revive his ult practically full, but it doesn't make a difference. T-Greg is stuck alone here, but wants to try to get the 2v1 off. There's a lot of damage from him.
Well, that was quite a poor dive. Very unfortunate timing for Fugnuggle. He did not know the Teemo
1,
was
2,
coming.
3. Looking for the kill. There's the red buff slow. You see a flash from the Z into the movement speed pool. And then here's the TP from Fugnugler looking for the engage onto T-Crank. EQ forward. Morgana Binding finds its way onto him as he pops the Demonic Ascension. Looks like it's going to come to nothing as they get another tower, and JBZ is still left wanting for even one. But it looks like JBZ with the Teemo and the Kindred here in the mid lane, gonna get that mid lane outer tower, open up the map just a bit more.
And now this game
Driving
has
EQ
me
to
wondering.
safety.
It's pretty close, although there is a 4K gold lead on the side of Goth Boi Clique. Those botched dives really giving JBZ some hope in this game.
Yeah, and not just that, T-Crank is staying strong. I don't think he's died yet. Yeah, he still has yet to die. He is over a 30 CS lead on his laning opponent. Now you can see Goth Boi Clique rotating through this Ocean Drake. Not super important on anyone, maybe the Morgana. Next dragon I think is a mountain. Let me check. Oh no, it's another Infernal, so a third Infernal. Both teams would want this pretty badly. So maybe the game ends within, 10 minutes, considering that Baron is also up.
Kindred only having 4 hunts completed in this game, which means he is at 575 range, and her abilities are only slightly empowered. Really looking for, I think the 7th is when she becomes pretty decent, because that's when she gets her second range upgrade to 600.
The Aatrox does seem to fall off a bit late game, as far as scaling goes. Overall, a very strong early and mid game pick, I would say.
Most definitely. Although, he still has that late game initiation, just popping World Ender, going straight for the throats of the backline, looking to land an Infernal Chain. Hopefully some
The
crowd
deadly,
control on
deadly
them.
running at you decision.
Hard to deal with, man.
Oh, I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying.
As we see JB's pings coming up for Goth Boi Clique's blue buff. Perhaps a fight will ensue as they Goth Boi Clique does have a pink on their blue.
Ooh, Call the Forge God looking to find its way onto the Kaisa, but Black Shield keeps him safe. There's the flank coming in through from 123 KMS. Drowsy flashes to safety as they look to push this mid lane down. There's no wave quite there yet.
Double flashes and Killer Instinct being forced out there. Great play.
KMS, a bit far forward. Bugnuggler does have his combo into ultimate up. Maybe looking for something. I mean, you gotta be careful because you have Shen at level 10 right now. He's not level 11, doesn't have that rank 2 ultimate. Charlie getting really aggressive trying to find the damage onto him. As the top lane inner falls of JBZ.
Great split push coming out from DTS mid there to secure that top lane tower. Increasing their gold lead to nearly 5,000.
And he clears a control ward. What a team player.
Well, I'm glad to see that all their trinkets are on cooldown right now. Means they're getting vision out. And clearing vision for those who have the oracles. Seems like Baron's gonna be the next object of contention.
Yeah, you can see that Goth Boi Clique have this Baron pit lit up like a Christmas tree in the area around it with all their vision. Shark bait, maybe a bit out of position, but his team's here to back him up.
You know, JBZ can't actually see anyone. Now they see the Aatrox on the map. As converse, the DTS come through
More
above.
lag.
They saw the Ornn and Emo so far. Great control, being forced to use the false art alteration on the Baron though from JBZ, so looks like Goth Boi Clique's gonna go in there, clean it out, and maybe look to push. They need to push down mid, look for, maybe if I'm the Jarvan, I'm thinking, you know, kill half the wave to set up a super wave, you know. Not sure if that's a well-known tactic, but it is a very effective one where you kill half a wave and then it just builds up and pushes in. See if you can bait JBZ into coming down there so you can switch your Baron.
Alright, Shark bait, stop typing weird stuff in all chat. Oh, gets a bit caught out there. So that's the red trinket seems to find him.
But pushing going on though.
Bugnuggler and just side and just standing around, being top laners.
Not much you can do as the Jarvan versus an Ornn at this point.
Ooh, but ending finds its way onto 1-2-3. Looks like he gets bursted out here. Pops the ultimate to stay alive. I don't think there's any way he gets out of this. There's a Shen ultimate too. I don't think you should have expended Stand United there.
Yeah, I mean, what was KMS doing behind the red buff with zero vision control? Like, you see the pink ward in the dot push, you always have to check this
Instant
push.
ban.
You have to... You know you were on there because you can see the pink from the red bush. Just handing Goth Boi Clique free Baron.
Yeah, like really, I don't want to say bad, but 1-2-3 not looking too hot in these past two games.
I also used to say it's an interesting choice to pick up of the Blood Razor on the Kindred. Blood Razor is more suitable versus Inky champions, whereas Goth Boi Clique
You
only
go for
have
warrior
two
otherwise,
bruisers.
right?
Yeah, Goth Boi Clique only has 2 bruisers. They're not that tanky. You don't really need the Blood Razor here. The warrior sets up really nicely for your mounting dread.
And what I would say on top of that is, like, yeah, you also have Black Cleaver, which, you know, 20% CDR, really good on Kindred anyway, but there's not a whole lot of armor for Kindred to shred in this situation.
I mean, it's okay if she's fighting the Graves. As we said, Quick Draw can give you
Oh.
120 armor, but...
Oh, here in the mid lane, T-Crank pops the Demonic Ascension, taken really low, uses the Demon, or the Soul Player pop. Now Joe Sidon flashes forward for the Righteous Glory pop onto Powerfully as the Soul Shackles come through. That Baron buff being a little bit wasted on the jungle and support as they get caught out there. Treat. I mean, JBZ is definitely showing they might They might not understand that they're 7k down, but they're not letting that get to them. Hold on to DTS. DTS still has ultimate. There he goes, popping it. Sharkbait forced to flash away from the chains. Ooh, Fognuggler looking to get an outplay here, but instead it's actually 1-2-3 KMS that pops it. Lamb's Respite. Stay alive. Charlie Smells gets pulled in by the chains once more as the team looks to push this mid lane down.
You know, there's the secret tech coming in from the Teemo. You're an 80 carry. You do have your QSS, but it wasn't used that fight. Maybe he just picked it up after his death. But Drowsy just walked into the Teemo, and you can't do anything against that blinding dart. Just gets assassinated from the Teemo. JBZ is looking to pick up the Infernal Drake off that. Very well done from their misplay. Baron Pit, very well.
And that's
recovered.
the Infernal Drake. 2 Infernals for JBZ means that they're going to be staying in this game.
We see the Air Dragon coming up next. Another mark denied from the Kindred by Zed. As at this point in the game, your marks start appearing on enemy jungle camps, and unfortunately, you don't have that much pressure to go grab them. How many marks is he at right now? Still only at 4.
Unfortunate.
I think he'd be picking some up, at least with, you know,
With all the action going on.
24 kills, he's a part of 8.
Charlie gets the shroom onto Drowsy. It definitely hurts him a bit.
He saw DTS recalling in the bush, but unfortunately I don't think there's much they can do. I
Oh,
feel like
secret agent. No.
JBZ really needs to go to the side lanes and pick up these free sacks of gold on those outer towers.
Fognuggler looking for a little bit of damage. Just pokes Josidon.
That's your bruiser versus tank matchup. Orange just shrugs it off, walks away. He's belling breath. Smacks a ward.
But yeah, you know, T-Crank really good on him to stay alive. 4-0-4 now. Definitely able to do damage as he stays alive. Or as long as he stays alive, rather.
Charlie
Oh,
looking for
there's
another
DTS getting caught out. He
assassination.
pops World Ender to stay alive. A lot of damage coming through on him. It doesn't get popped. Josidon, ooh, uses Searing Charge to break through the Cataclysm.
And we see in the bot lane, Ornn is
But it
getting
looks like he's
doped.
going to be falling anyway. But this means that his team is just pushing mid. As you see, there's only 3 now. The TP getting challenged by Fognuggler into the mid lane. It means that Zed's just going to keep pushing bot lane here unless that JBZ can find a way to engage.
I feel like that was a very good trade coming out for Goth Boi Clique. They get the dive onto the Ornn, get the tower, and they don't lose very much health on their engine tower.
There's the TP from T-Crank coming in. Need to clear the wave. I don't know where Q and the Graves
I
after
don't
you
think
missed the
Zed
never
can
move.
fight
There's
this.
the... Oh, Zed. Thanks to tower shot, but... Oh,
Flash
flash
Gunblade.
into the Gunblade.
Fortunate for Zed, you really can't fight his lane. That champion is very strong and you're only half health. Maybe if you're full health, maybe if you had a mob, instead you only have your carry PD, and he does pick up the Hex Drinker now, though.
Kill score is even, which means these teams are fighting rather even, despite that gold lead being just under 7k, or closer to 6k now,
And all the
in
gold lead
favor of
comes
Goth Boi
from
Clique.
is the fact that JBZ hasn't picked up any towers on the side lanes. They really need to grab these tier 1s, you know, get some gold going for their carries and their supports.
I mean, in
too.
spite of that, you actually see that gold is only 400 in the favor of Aatrox, and T-Crank's actually ahead of the Kaisa, despite that, you know, tower lead you mentioned.
As for
So I guess what you're saying is that, you know, if JBZ can find a good fight, they might be able to smash this game away by getting all that standing gold that's left on the map. Sharkbait getting a little caught out here by the Darkened Blade procs.
Infernal Chains coming in. Oh, not
Oh,
enough
the
on
dash
Shadow
is too
Dash.
late.
Very easy pickup coming in from GBC onto Sharkbait. Filling out those shrooms as they do.
Those shrooms
Fair
do a
amount
lot of damage.
He does have that M-Pen coming through Morello. And now he has the Spellbinder looking for the big assassination.
And he has a
bomb.
10. Look at that. He has a 10 stack Dark Seal.
Teemo coming out, showing us what's up after that unfortunate death he had early game, really popping off.
Yeah. Teemo is the answer. I mean, maybe not, but Charlie definitely making it seem like it might be. Anyway.
I'm just glad it's not a Galio.
Yeah, I mean, Teemo's a carry. Like, not the carry you might be thinking of, but he's a carry.
I mean, you pop that Spellbinder, you assassinate Drowsy. What's he gonna do? I feel like Drowsy
No,
needs-
but now you want to talk about getting assassinated. Charlie's really caught out here. Stand United not good enough. His DTS gonna get popped in the ultimate. He's gonna be walking away from it. T-Crank used his own ultimate, but he has no way to get in. Flashes down, there's no follow-up CC. Means that it's just an easy kill as Baron has respawned, and that means that there's no Swain Demonic Ascension for this Baron fight.
Looks like it should be going over pretty easily to Goth Boi Clique. Let's see if they can bait out some numbers.
All the Forage God finds its way onto 3. Really well played. Teemo AoE doing so much damage, pops up in the air. But it looks like that Goth Boi Clique just smashes the fight away as the damage isn't quite good enough, and they want to push him mid.
Excellent bait coming through by Goth Boi Clique. Again, using the Kindred ulti to their own advantage, they're able to just stand there and fight. And yeah, the Kindred doesn't die, but that means none of the Goth Boi Clique dies either.
Mm-hmm.
As such, they're rewarded for their efforts with tier 3 tower mid.
Charlie bouncing those shrooms forward, or yes, rather eggs. Try to keep the wave cleared, but it's not good enough as top and jungle of Goth Boi Clique just push it down, as the bottom lane just pushes through top too.
2 inhibitors going the way of Goth Boi Clique. Now the pressure's on for JBZ. It's gonna be hard to crush those minions if they get the Baron empowerment, which looks like it's gonna be Goth Boi Clique's next objective, as Aatrox is busy soloing their dragon. They're probably gonna run back just to make sure JBZ themselves won't try and sneak a Baron.
See that another surrender vote was proposed.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Don't know if that was serious or not. Looks like JBZ is gonna try to force this dragon, or force this Baron rather, burn it down. See that Graves is already responding. Super minions are pushing into the base. They need to take this really quickly, or they might lose the game. It doesn't look like they're gonna take it fast enough. As Sharkbait finds a taunt onto 2, there's the World Ender pop. Demonic Ascension popped as well. Now the Kindred's Lamb's Respite gets used. And ooh, huge Demon Flare from T-Crank. He stays alive, but it's a 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 at the moment. T-Crank gonna fall. That's gonna be the game.
Alright. Summoner left the game as they see their demise coming through.
Blue team's turret
And that's the quick 2-0 for Goth Boi Clique.
has been destroyed.
I wouldn't say quick. This is a 34-minute game.
Definitely felt quick with all the action going on in that game. Over a kill
Fair.
per minute. Well, congratulations to Goth Boi Clique for their 2-0 win.
So, who would you like to pull in for the interview?
Well, I feel like Zed on his Graves just stomped KMS the most.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
I feel like he was definitely a big part in the games. Being able to just play Graves, man.
Yeah, Graves is just really that strong pick overall. Let me see if I can move. Well, okay. Here we are. Okay, and there's Zed's approval, which means I just need to move him in here.
Hello.
And there you are. Hello.
Welcome, Zed. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling Fucking great, dude.
You were on top of the world not only after that victory, but you creamed the 1-2-3 KMS. And Graves both games.
Creamed is one way of putting
Yeah,
it.
dude, Graves fucking mad busted, to be honest.
Why do you think they gave you Graves both games?
Well, first game, I was thinking, like, maybe they don't know how clean it is. Second game, I actually expected it to pull a ban. But whenever they didn't, I was just like, fuck it, just give it to me again.
You know, I was saying, why would they opt for the Xin Zhao first when Graves is open? Why are they opting for these junglers, man? And you did really well. You steamrolled them. How were the team comms? You know, directing you, or were you the man in charge?
I think we all have a pretty big part in talking. Actually, early game, I probably talk more than I normally do in the most of the game, because as a jungler, early games, the biggest impact you're going to have. So if I'm not really talking much, then I'm a pretty bad jungler. But after that, my team can take over for me. But I think we all talk a good amount, though.
Yeah, and from your team and from you overall, it seemed like a really well played series, really clean. I think with this win, you guys are in sole possession of second place, but I might be wrong about that. But overall, like, you guys looked really clean. I think the only other team that's above you is Spell It Chat. So if you had to, and I don't think you've played against Spell It Chat yet, right?
No, we've not.
So
other than plans, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, so sizing up, your potential and future opponents in Spell It Chat. Have anything to say about that?
Well, I think ever since the start of the season, I feel like we've had like an upward trend. We did drop a series at one point, but I wasn't there. So I mean, I guess that's what it counts, but not entirely. So I think with the whole full squad there, we've been getting a lot better throughout the whole season. And Spell It Chat actually looked pretty shaky against Desolate, and Desolate's not one of the best in the league. So I don't know. Maybe they had a bad series. I don't know, but I think if we played against them, I think we would do pretty good. I mean, I think we'd win, of course. It's my team. I think we're probably the best, but we'll figure that out until we actually play against them.
You know what I have to say to that is you better hope Gas can make it. Because if not, you know what's happening.
Yeah, dude. Fucking the Japan Cakes jungle, dude. Michael J. Fox. Dude, honestly, that'd be scarier, to be honest. I want Gas to make it, man. Come on.
So I think this wraps up. This was supposed to be a week 5 game, right?
Yeah, this has been delayed for a long time.
So, heading into the final few weeks of this 5th season of Prophecy Cup, and like you said, you're on an upward trend. You're looking pretty clean. You, as you said, Spell It Chat, looking a bit shaky. Do you guys think that, or do you think that Goth Boi Clique's going to end up on top of it all?
I mean, of course I think so. I mean, I have complete faith in that. I think our teams, they're all freaking beasts, to be honest. I feel like we could do a lot of things, play a lot of metas. I mean, we haven't been able to practice as much recently because of summer, like vacation and shit. But I mean, whatever we do, we're always looking good. We never really have nerves or anything. I mean, overall, I just think it's like a super good team. I definitely think we can win the entire thing for sure. So I have complete faith.
Okay, then. Well, Japan, do you have any more questions?
No, but I gotta say, that was definitely a strong performance, so very well done on these games today. Glad you guys could win.
Whew, thank you, dude.
Congratulations again.
Thanks for coming, answering some questions we had for you.
All right, see you, boys. See when this is it.
Goodbye.
Thanks for casting again. Well, not only casting, but hosting.
Thanks for joining me, True Light. It was
enjoyable to cast. I will see you on the flip side, I suppose.
All right.
Possibly cast a Spell It Chat game once again.
Suppose I'll hit that stop streaming button right about now. Then, good time.